following people. The first, Atemtaeva Lazat Bahitovna, chairwoman, Doctor of Physical and Mathematical Sciences, Associate Professor, Information System Department, SDU University. Zhamanov Azamat Maratovich, the member of Dissertation Council, Vice Chairman, the Doctor of Science in Engineering, in Informatics area, Assistant Professor, North American University, Houston, USA. Al-Haditi Mohammed Alaf Fathil, the member of Dissertation Council, PhD in Computer Science and Information Technology, Associate Professor, Computer Science Department, SDU University, and Utibaeva Dana Zholdebay-Kızı, Scientific Secretary of Dissertation Council, PhD in Radio Engineering, Electronics and Telecommunications, Assistant Professor at SDU University. Okay. Now we have how many people? The three, the four. Connected. Okay. So he will be connected, yeah? Maybe after some time, yeah? Okay, so at the meeting of the Dissertation Council for the PhD defense by degree for Doctor of Philosophy in the area of computer science and computer engineering and software, dated by July 18, 2024, on the consideration of acceptance for the defense, the thesis of Kamila Irmuhambetovna Orynbekova, and in accordance with updated requirements in the regulations on the Dissertation Council of SDU University, dated by July 1, 2024, the number of temporary Dissertation Council members was appointed in the amount of the following three people. Akhmetov Bakhjan Srajadinovich, the Doctor of Technical Sciences, Professor, Department of Informatics and Informatization of Education at Abay University. Abdrakhmanov Rustam Bakhtiyarovich, the candidate of Technical Sciences, PhD, Assistant Professor at International University of Tourism and Hospitality, Kazakhstan. And Urmashov Baydavlet Amantayevich, the candidate of Physical and Mathematical Sciences, PhD, Associate Professor, Computer Science Department at Al-Farabi University. Among the temporary members, we have the full presence, yeah? We have the full presence. Okay, so now we have the full presence for all members. Maybe only one permanent member will connect us a little bit later, Azamat Zhamanov. Okay, so I think that there is a quorum for holding a council meeting. And now we can start our dissertation process, dissertation thesis procedures. Okay, so I propose to begin the work of Dissertation Council meeting. Are there any objections? Есть ли возражения? Okay, if you don't have any objections, so we can start. And let me continue. The agenda includes the issue of defending the dissertation thesis of Kamila Irmuhambetovna Orynbekova on the topic Advisory System for Adapting a Single Machine Problem to a Distributed Solution by the Special Team 6D070400 Computer Engineering and Software. The work was implemented and completed at SDU University and is presented in the form of a thesis. The defense will be in English. The thesis is being defended for the first time. The research supervisors for this thesis: Bogdanchikov Andrei Vladimirovich, PhD, Associate Professor, Vice Rector by Academic Affairs, SDU University, Kazakhstan. Adama Abzidin, PhD, Associate Professor, Dean of IT at Engineering School, Ada University, Baku, Azerbaijan. I hope supervisors are present here. Yes? What about the foreign supervisor? Is here? Okay, he will join. The official reviewers was assigned as the following people. Mamarbayev Orken Jumajanovic, PhD in the specialty 6D070300 Information System, Professor by the Specialty Computer Science and Informatics, Deputy of General Director for the Republican State Enterprise on the Right of Economic Management Institute of Information and Computer Technologies of the Science Committee of the Ministry of Science and Higher Education of the Republic of Kazakhstan. And the second reviewer, Mansurova Madina Yesimkhanovna, the candidate of Physical and Mathematical Science, PhD, Associate Professor, Head of the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Big Data, Al-Farabi Kazakh National University, Kazakhstan. So, do you have any questions about the agenda? So, no questions. I ask for approving the agenda. Who is for approving this agenda? Please vote. So this is an open voting just by opening the hand. Okay. So any objections? Okay. What about our temporary members? I don't see the people. Please, can you show us? Okay, so please, dear temporary members of the Dissertation Council, please open your video and try and please give the voting. Пожалуйста, прошу проголосовать временных членов Совета. Okay, so this is voting for agenda. Do you have any objections? Есть ли у вас возражения? Прошу утвердить повестку дня. Okay, please, you can hand up. Пожалуйста, поднимите руки.
Dear online members, could you, thank you.
Okay, so no any objections. Okay, we can continue. And this agenda should be approved, can be approved anonymously by open vote. Okay, I'm giving the opportunity to the scientific secretary of the council meeting, Dana Zholdebay-Kızı Utibayeva, to familiarize with the personal documents of the applicant, Kamila Ermuhambetovna, Orynbekova, and their compliance with the established requirements. Please.
Thank you. Good morning, dear guests, dear Dissertation Council members. The following documents were submitted for the defense of dissertation work Kamila Orynbekova. She was a doctoral student at SDU University, and her topic is advisory system for adapting a single machine problem for a distributed solution in the specialty 6D070400 computer science and software. So she submitted application reviewed by domestic scientific advisor and review by a foreign scientific advisor, positive conclusion from the department about the dissertation work, and the electronic media and hard copy of dissertation work itself, the list of scientific works. And I would like to mention here her scientific papers were submitted by the requirements, and inside scope space paper has first quartile. It's like positive side of her publications, and certificate from National Center of State Scientific and Technical Expertise positively, that and next copy of diploma works, and her background is also from the bachelor degree from computer science and software, and master degree also has from this field. So she submitted also a copy of transcript and order approving by dissertation topics, also conclusion from ethics committee from SDU University where she was graduating. So information about her background and personal record sheet, also certified by the seal of SDU University. I think all documents submitted by the applicant have been prepared and submitted in the full accordance with the requirements of the Committee for Quality Assurance in Science and Higher Education. Thank you for the speech.
Okay, do you have any questions for the scientific secretary or applicant regarding the materials for personal file? So if you don't have any questions, so let's continue. And now I give opportunity to the applicant to present the main idea and main content of the thesis. And you can start, and you have 20 minutes for your presentation.
Thank you very much. Good morning, esteemed members of Good morning, esteemed members of Dissertation Council and faculty members and guests. Thank you for taking time for being here. It is an honor to me to present in front of you my thesis titled Advisory System for Adapting a Single Machine Problem to a Distributed Solution. My internal supervisor is PhD Andrei Bogdanchikov, and my external supervisor is Dr. Abzdin Adamov. So, what is a single machine problem? Is a problem that can be performed only on one computer. So, and what if the problem is to process the big data? In that case, one computer cannot perform this task, and it is needed to distribute the process among the several machines. For example, on the picture, you can see how the 40 terabyte data was split and distributed across 4 computers that perform the common task. And this distribution can be performed with the MapReduce. The research problem is in the digitalization era characterized by growing volume of digital data. The demand for the big data specialist is increasing, and the theory of distributed systems requires some time to learn and even more time needed to gain the practical knowledge. So to expedite and simplify this process, standard course has been examined and new teaching methodology was developed. Furthermore, the recommender system has been developed to assist in adapting the problem of one machine to the distributed systems. The relevance of the research lies in contribution of advancing knowledge in the field of distributed systems and big data processing. Development recommender system can help practitioners to categorize and solve MapReduce problems. All these methodologies can be applied in another similar domains in computer science or data analytics. So the hypothesis first is the task-based categorization methodology enhances student learning outcomes and performance in MapReduce examinations compared to traditional teaching methods. The second, developed recommender system accurately predicts the assignment of categorical labels to novel problem instances based on the trained classification models. The third is recommender system exhibits predictive efficacy in recommending solutions for transitioning single machine problems to distributed systems within the MapReduce framework. The aim of the research is to develop an advisory system that recommends single machine problem solutions adapted to distributed systems and suitable to implement it on MapReduce. So during planning the research, we established 5 objectives. One is the exploring and creating an innovative method of teaching MapReduce. Second is assessing the efficacy of this categorization technique. Then third is collecting the diverse data set from books, from articles. And the fourth is development of the recommender system. And the fifth is the evaluation of that recommender system. The novelty consists of like 3 parts. The first is development of innovative method of teaching MapReduce based on categorized problem solutions for effective learning. The second is collecting diverse data set of 107 unique and categorized MapReduce problems from permanent prominent books and scientific articles. And the third is development of recommender system on the basis of hybrid use of naive Bayes and logistic regression machine learning methods for training MapReduce programming model for transitioning from single machine problem to distributed solution. Comparing the existing studies, we can see that existing works have been significant results in field of recommendation systems, recommender systems. Most of so the results we can see by the evaluation metrics column. Most of them, some of them collected data by themselves. Some of them take the open source data. Some of them take the expert opinions, use them, and most of them applied the machine learning. But only the fifth one was aimed to recommend the problem solving field. Yeah. So we can say that our proposed research filling the gap about applying machine learning in problem solving, collected on data and used expert opinions, and get the high F1 score. Also, comparing to that work, we have 107 problems, while they have 6 problems. They have 20 categories, we have 5 categories for now. So the research consists of 2 parts. First is MapReduce task-based categorization curriculum evaluation, and the second is recommender system for adapting single machine problem to contributed systems within MapReduce. So the first is developed using the ADDIE, which stands for Analysis, Design, Development, Implementation, and Evaluation methodology. So the MapReduce paradigm is a key concept in field of distributed computing, particularly in the context of the big data processing. It offers powerful framework for processing and generating large data sets in parallel across the distributed cluster computers. On the scheme, we can see the steps of the MapReduce. So the first, we have the big data, then it was split for 5, for example, parts, then it then map parts, performing some process on them separately, parallelly, without any connection to each other. Then output of the map will go to the reducer, and it will pass through some shuffle between nodes. And then every reducer will have the output. So after developing new methodology, we got 5 categories, MapReduce categories of solution, and one problem can be categorized into more than one category. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Okay, the first category is about when the job process can be performed without reducer. So only one data come to the map, and just it will go to the output. That's all. Second is related to counting, when we need to just count something, count words or count letters or count dates or something else. Okay. The third is when output of first job will be the input of the second job. So it's like joining data. Output will become as an input for the next job. The fourth is when we know that case will be a few, so few case and many values. So when we initially know that there will be few case. For example, if we know we need to find the minimum or we need to find the maximum, and for example, the key means also. Next, the fifth one is depends on condition. So we will perform the MapReduce process again and again till the condition will be true. Okay, so if condition met, then it will finish and it will gives us the output. If not, it will go to the map again and continue performing MapReduce tasks. So these 5 categories were defined. After that, we took one group of students, divided them to the control group and experimental group, take their GPAs, and the hypothesis test compared the average GPAs between control group and the experimental group, revealing no significant difference. The result of the test revealed a t-value of minus 0.37 and a p-value of 0.71, indicating insufficient evidence to reject the null hypothesis, which asserts equality in means GPAs between 2 groups. So we find that 2 groups are similar to each other by their GPAs. Then we took the examination after passing, so by control group, it was the standard course. For the experimental group was new methodology course. And after the examination, resulting analysis yielded a t-value of minus 1.92 alongside the corresponding p-value of 0.03, 1 and 3. Given that the calculated p-value falls below the conventional threshold of 0.05, and it proves that statement that the experimental group markedly surpasses the control group in performance. This p-value, so by this p-value, we can say that experimental group shows more performance after exam. So the second part is the recommender system for adapting single machine problem to distributed systems within MapReduce. So architecture of recommender system. So firstly, we collected the data, 107 unique problems. Then we labeled it by the 5 categories that we defined before. And then by paraphrasing, we extend this dataset till 523 problems. And after preprocessing, we trained naive-based and logistic regression models. So by selecting the subsets of features and by tuning the hybrid parameters and by evaluation F1 score metrics. And then we got the best fit recommender system, so best model. Data, so how it seems, here is the example with the 4 problems that can be categorized by only one or several categories. So the pirate speech is the first example, which was categorized only for first category, because the pirate speech is just taking text, converting it, and just going to output. There is no need in other actions. Sentiment analysis depends on the final aim of the sentiment analysis. It can be categorized for the first, second, and fourth category. So first category, why first category? Because sentiment analysis came and it's only one sentence. We can define, is it neutral or is it positive or negative, and just go to output. Why second? Because maybe we need to count how many neutral, how many positive, how many negative problems in the dataset, or sentences in the dataset. And why fourth? Because why fourth? Because we know that there may be only few cases that may be only positive, negative, or neutral. Yeah, we know that it will be only 3. So then next is the trending word count. Trending word count is like appearance of the ratio of appearance of words during some day, and the whole period. And it was categorized for second and for third category. Why second? Because we are counting words, and the third is because it will like output of the first job will go to the input of the second job. Firstly, we will find the words appearing by some dates. Then it will be like going to another job, like calculating the whole period's appearance of that day. And then this is the example for the third. The fourth is k-mean clustering. So it is categorized for the third, fourth, and fifth. Third is joining data. Also, we firstly randomly put the centroids of K-mean clustering. Yeah. Then after calculating the distances between points, yeah, it will be shifted, and then if it will be not in the final place, it will be like this output will be going to the input again to the MapReduce, and it will be continuing till the these centroids will go to their place. And this is the conditional part. So fifth category. So these centroids will shift it till the reaching their place. And the fourth is few case, because centroids are few, yeah. So usually it is the 3 or 4. Okay. So architecture of hybrid model training. So firstly, we take the data, then we have 5 categories, and every one category training performs separately. So for first category, it chooses the, for example, from logistic regression, it chooses the feature subset, then cross validation, then hyperparameter tuning. If the best fit, best F1 score appears, it will just save it as a best hyperparameter, best feature subset, and best model. Also with the naive Bayes, the same. And after finishing that, it will take the best F1 score for exact category. The results from naive Bayes was for on the table you can see that naive Bayes took the features like that. So like goal of the problem, title, input, output, and then with best cross-validated F1 score and best F1 score on test set with the hyperparameter alpha. Logistic regression also hyperparameter F1 score and the features of every separate category. And as a result, for the first category, we took the model of naive Bayes with features of goal, title, input, and output, and alpha will be 0.01. So here you can see that for the first category, for the third category, naive Bayes model was better, had a better performance, and for the second, fourth, and fifth is logistic regression with subset of features. So as a result, we can say that all 5 objectives were realized. The first was the creation of innovative teaching method. We did it. The second objective was the evaluation. We did it. Third objective was collected. So recommender system developed, and evaluation of recommender system is a fifth objective also done. In conclusion, despite certain limitations regarding dataset size and focus on binary classification, the comprehensive evaluation and hybrid approach presented in this study contribute significantly to the field of recommender systems for single machine problem transitioning to distributed systems in the context of MapReduce. Further research may explore enlarging the dataset and extending approach to handle multi-task scenarios, enhancing the system's flexibility and applicability. During my PhD, me and with my colleagues published 6 articles, 3 of them on international conference IEEE, 1 in our local Kazakhstan journal, and 2 of them from Scopus database with percentile 76 and 80. References, and thank you.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. So now the session of the questions and answers. So maybe someone have some questions of our committee members. Do you have any questions, please?
So,
okay, Professor Mohammed.
yeah, if I want to check, like in your thesis, where is your problem statement?
Problem statement?
Yeah, it's not written. No, in the thesis, because this is slide, I just saw it right now. But if I check your thesis, there is no any problem statement mentioned.
I will recheck it.
I think it was written in the form of sentences. It was not highlighted,
Yeah, but
but she was giving. I have seen.
yeah, where is it?
We can provide you 1 second.
So can you just like can you just mention about your problem? Sure.
In short,
Yeah.
so the problem is that data becomes big. So the in digitalization era, and some tasks cannot be performed on one machine, and we have great specialists. So my colleagues also that who wants to do some do some problems, yeah, so how to solve problems, but they are experienced in big data processing and not enough to solve on. I mean, solve to distributed
Which type
systems.
of data? Data. Which type of data?
Big.
No, what is the data that you want to analyze?
Me.
Yeah, you say my colleague.
Yeah, my colleagues. So they were.
What's
So-
that data?
For example, it is log analysis from some websites in security. For example, if so, we have huge files with the logs, yeah, and one computer cannot do some log analysis by itself. So it need to use the cluster and separate this data and separate the process, as an example. And my colleagues who are specialists in security, for example, do not understand firstly how to separate it, how to distribute it. And then I wanted to explain them, to give them knowledge about that.
What do you mean by
Distribute data and distribute the process, which will be performing parallelly.
So MapReduce, it's by itself, distribute the data, then collect it again, right?
Yes,
So
but we need to.
it's one process. Like MapReduce, it's all one process.
Mhm.
So it's distributing and recollected.
Yes.
So what you did, like you teach them how to distribute it.
I want to explain them how to prepare the data and write some code that can be used by the MapReduce, because we cannot just write any our simple, for example, word count code, and it will not be separated by MapReduce.
You mean you have a
We
real
need to
test
understand
case?
the MapReduce concepts to write this code.
Yeah, so you mean you use real test case?
Mhm.
You use a real test case, like you have like a problem in the university and you solve it.
So while I'm teaching the course distributed big data systems also, and my colleagues, she's here, for example, yeah, she wanted to analyze logs. Yeah, so she's the specialist in security. She wanted to analyze logs, but she wasn't have enough experience in MapReduce, and I tried to explain it to her. And I started to think how to make it faster and make it more efficiently to understand. Because she trying to explain me the security, and I have lack of knowledge from security, and we were just trying to
So you,
find
what
the
I
common.
understood, like your explanation, you consider it as a problem. Like
Yeah.
you explain to her
Mhm.
and teach her how to distribute, you consider it as a problem statement.
Yeah.
So if anyone asks me a question and I answer, I consider it as a problem statement for me.
No, because she asked me, and when I was just answering for one question, it wasn't enough to make her specialist in that field to write the MapReduce solutions for her aims.
Okay, so what is the second problem?
Here is one problem that I want to make. I want to make the distributed systems, especially MapReduce, more like understandable, easier and faster for the any learner. Maybe it may be the specialist from another area, maybe it may be the students from my course.
So how did you do this? Did you create a tool to teach? Or
It is on study of development. It will be the web application. Like
so did you done this or not?
no, it is in process.
So the second problem, it's not solved yet?
It is in process.
Okay. So the third one?
Hmm?
Third problem?
That's all.
Two? Okay. So relevance of the work, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 in page 6. You have only 4 papers. Is this your benchmark papers?
My first paper where we explaining the categorization of the tasks was published in Scopus with 18 percentile. It is the first. Second is has been accepted but not published yet. So I didn't add it to.
No, these are not your papers.
First is mine.
No.
I am first author. Others we were doing with our colleagues, like performing these tasks, like how to work with the MapReduce, how to solve real task problems on MapReduce.
It's Chinese and Indian and Pakistanis. It's not your names. No, relevance.
Professor, in our country, the first 3 pages is like called methodology, and she can give her relevance by citing others also. On the relevance, Miss Kamila, he's asking on your relevance part, you are citing others, why he's meaning.
Yeah.
Is it your benchmark papers or what is these papers?
Why
Yes,
you are
so,
using it?
So I was citing these papers because for the current moment, we need recommender systems. And so I think we need recommender systems in the field of big data, in the field of MapReduce.
So this is the most relevant to your work.
Not only for most relevant are these. So there are why it is relevant.
So
So
she meant
still so relevant for the not only for the not only for the this like narrow point. Yeah, it is like in general that big data, it is also in is
So
popular now. The
Is
recommender system,
there any paper very close to your work?
they are on the screen in literature review table.
Yeah, I mean in the thesis, which can you just tell me which reference in the thesis? Because I really cannot see any. Like,
So here they are.
yeah, I mean in the thesis, which paper is the most close to your work?
You want me to find it for you now?
Like, can you just tell me?
okay, he want me to explain here. So on your relevance, you have mentioned 4 papers. He meant that are these papers are benchmark for your relevance. So you have already used these papers on your paper, right? He asking this one. Also, Professor, you asked your first question was about problem statement. As she mentioned, MapReduce her distributed system, which he is focusing, and here giving problem statement by other writing style. So it's on the page of 16.
Yeah, I saw it, but it's about like general problems, not her specific problem.
Yes, but this is her own writing style. We cannot restrict it.
Okay, so any other questions? Okay, Professor Bohadjan Srajdan. Any language, you can use any language.
Kazakh language. Первый вопрос. Вот у вас написано там в выводах, что ваши результаты подтверждены мнением экспертов. да? Эксперты. Кто эти эксперты? Как они отбирались? Сколько их, фамилии, имя, отчество? Это же все-таки реальные эксперты или это вы?
Да, это вот была я. Ну, я считаю, что я эксперт, я понимаю, как работает MapReduce. Также это мой супервайзер Андрей Богданчиков. У него тоже есть публикации как бы в этой же сфере. И у нас еще есть коллеги Ширали, Кадыров. Да, вот втроем мы тщательно это...
То есть вы руководитель, вы и ваш коллега, 3 человека, и составляете экспертную оценку?
Это не экспертная оценка, это больше как бы проставление категорий. Да, то есть мы каждый сам проставлял категорию, и после мы сравнивали. И когда все втроем, то есть все трое имели одну и ту же оценку, не оценку, а лейбл ставили тогда ну, вы считаете, что это подходит
А
правильно.
так мало, почему не 15, не 20?
Потому что специалистов именно в базах данных мало.
Вряд ли. Что? А
Ну,
по всему миру?
Нет, не по всему миру. Ну, просто это 107 задач, и ну, не соглашаются люди просто 107 задач сидеть и проставлять. Да, это очень сложно. Нам самим это было очень сложно, и то вот как бы очень время затратно было. Вот.
В работе вы это отразили, я не считал до конца работы, что вот именно вот эти эксперты, конкретные фамилии.
К сожалению, нет, но я исправлю это.
Хорошо. Второй вопрос
Спасибо.
у меня касается вот того, что вы, ваш гибридный метод, наивный байс, да?
Мгм.
И как вы его отбирали? То есть, в принципе, есть обычные байесские сети, наивный байс, и есть классификаторы, да, вот эти вот байесские. Вот почему именно вот наивный байс вы выбрали?
Вот у нас здесь вот как бы данные есть, и нам нужно было проставить лейбл. И лейбл у нас либо 0, либо 1. Это получается двоичная классификация. Для двоичной классификации обычно в той литературе, которую я читала, используется logistic regression и naive bayes. Во многих именно вот статьях, да? Вот, поэтому мы используем только эти два. И так как у нас результаты уже, в принципе, вышли довольно-таки хорошие, мы не стали усложнять и брать какие-то другие модели, там, усложненные, там, и так далее. Поэтому остановились на вот этих двух
Я
алгоритмах.
хотел спросить, а вот другие же методы есть, кроме байесских вещей, да? То
Да.
есть вы говорите, вы уже опубликовали, и вас это устраивало, и поэтому дальше не стали рассматривать, да? Так?
Пока да. То есть, как я в выводы написала тоже, что в будущем можно не только как бы двоичную классификацию делать, но и мультиклассификацию, уже другие алгоритмы посмотреть, может быть, нейронные сети добавить и так далее. А пока только простой двоичная классификация, поэтому мы не стали усложнять. Да, пока только вот
Для
logistic
PhD
regression.
достаточно этого, да, наверное?
Ау?
Для PhD этого достаточно, да, для защиты?
Ну, тут...
Достаточно.
Да,
Спасибо.
спасибо.
Okay, so I'm giving word
Yeah,
to translator.
The first question was about the outcomes and results. The question was about the experts, the process, how these experts were selected, who were they? And the answer is that we are 3 experts here, my colleague and my supervisor, Andrei Bogdanchikov. Yeah, then the following question was, how isn't it enough? And the answer was that it's really hard to focus on the 107 tasks to cover them. That's why it's a very complex task. That's why it was not easy to find so many experts. The second question was about hybrid methods. Why naive bias? How did you qualify this naive bias? And yes, and Kamila answered that just because of the label system, it's binary classification, and that's why we used logistic regression and second naive bias. In future, we are planning to maybe use not only binary, but also multiple classification too, and maybe neural networks.
Okay, thank you. Maybe colleagues online in Webex, please, if you have any questions, please, you can ask. Уважаемые коллеги онлайн Webex, пожалуйста, ваши вопросы. Рустем Бахтиярович, Байдавлет Амантаевич, do you have any questions?
Ken. Message.
Urken Jumajanovic, he's a reviewer. I think if you have, as a reviewer, you have questions, you can ask now. It's also possible. Okay. Dear colleagues, do you have questions?
Till asking day, I have some.
Okay, so Dana, please.
Okay, dear applicant, so did you try to check deep learning or other types of ML methods for your task objective? I mean by the experimental way.
Yeah, we thought about that, but when we got the high F1 score, we decided to just take only for the beginning only logistic regression and naive Bayes, yeah, because it is the binary classification, like only 0, 1. It is not the fuzzy logic, yeah. So we just take these two algorithms with results was high, and then we not to like to complex it, yeah. So later when we maybe we'll make a multi-classification, then maybe we needed to use deep learning or another algorithms.
It's like your future works.
Yeah, for the future.
Okay. So did you try on your literature review, like related works on this field? Did you try to check other researchers?
Yeah. So for the I should share, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a lot of recommender systems in different fields, but exactly in the problem solving, there are few works, and the most relevant is the fifth one. But they described only 6 problems with 20 categories, and also they used 5 experts to identify the categories of these 6 problems, and only use statistics. In our case, which we are proposing, we collected 107 problems, labeled them by 5 categories, and applied machine learning for the recommender system of problem solving.
So you mean, could you show your novelty part, please? Осы жерін қазақша сұрағым келіп тұр. Сіздің жаңалығыңыз сонда 3 бөлікті құрайды ма? Осыны ашықтап айтып жібере аласыз ба? Қандай айырмашылық бар сізге ұқсас жұмыстардан, және сіздің автор ретінде вкладыңыз қандай болды?
Біріншіден, орысша айта берсем бола ма?
Әрине.
Во-первых, я анализировала курс, по которому преподавала Distributed Big Data Systems, и начала замечать, что если задачи про категоризовать, и когда студент приходит с какой-то задачей, я говорю, посмотри вот эту аналогичную задачу. После того, как он идет просматривать то, что мы уже проходили, да, то есть ему намного легче решить свой таск, домашнее, да, задание. Вот. Тогда я поняла, что вот эта классификация, она работает. И решила как бы это все задокументировать, как уже точно расписать, графики составить, схемы нарисовать. После этого, как начался новый семестр, я предложила студентам, взяла их разрешение, они как бы согласились пройти эксперимент. Поделили на 2 группы, взяли их GPA, также с их же разрешения. Затем мы одной группе преподавали стандартным способом, второй группе преподавала с новым способом, где есть как раз-таки вот категоризация задач. После этого мы провели квиз. Квиз показал, что экспериментальная группа показала высший результат, чем у стандартной. Получается, по вот этим категориям, когда категоризируешь задачи, они, то есть студенты, да, обучающиеся, более точнее и понятнее становится для них. Там ремонт идет. Школа строится.
Получается, по первому пункту у вас написано эффективное обучение, да? Вы чем сможете объяснить слово эффективность здесь?
Эффективность
С чем он эффективен? Как вы сравниваете?
результатами после квиза. То есть,
Окей.
у
А
нас
второй парт у вас получается collecting diversity dataset. Получается, до вас не было, да, такой датасет?
да, такого датасета не было. 107 задач, они уже нами обозначены, лейбл проставили мы.
Вы ваш датасет где можно найти другим ресерчерам? Где находится ваш датасет?
Я могу опубликовать.
Ага, это важно. Потом третий пункт, вы написали здесь hybrid use. Вы можете вот здесь еще раз коротко объяснить?
Почему hybrid? Потому что зависимо от какой категории мы выбираем, то есть система выбирает алгоритм либо на UBS, либо logistic regression. Смотря какой из них покажет лучше.
Вы пробовали отдельно logistic regression либо на F-Base?
Да.
И их результаты есть в вашей работе? Есть?
Да, в работе
И
есть.
потом вы сравниваете, потом hybrid сделали, и вышел результат другой, да, получается? Ага, можете открыть ваш evaluation metrics? У вас получается supervising learning, да?
Да.
Да. Вы можете открыть вашу этот evaluation part? Ага. Вы, получается, F-score показали, а у вас есть recall, precision?
В таблицу не писала.
А в работе есть?
Туда тоже не писала.
А вы как понимаете F-score? В чем разница с recall и с precision?
Там формула.
Нет, то есть значение я имела в виду. Почему вы именно выбрали здесь F-score, а не recall, а precision?
Ну, как бы вообще сам F1 score это же комбинация формула от recall и precision. Поэтому, как бы, мы также не можем просто на accuracy смотреть, потому что он тоже может дать нам false, negative и positive.
Да.
То есть F1 score он более комплексный, да, более усложненный, поэтому меньше вероятности, что он ошибется.
Хорошо. Получается, у вас вы сравнивали свои результаты в виде таблиц с предыдущими исследованиями? У них какие процентаж, и у вас сколько процентов отличается ваша работа?
Вот у нас
То есть точность обучения, я имела в виду.
Вот здесь есть evaluation metrics некоторых, получается.
У вас accuracy, general accuracy или average, как здесь просто?
В этой статье они написали accuracy. Я тоже удивилась, почему только accuracy взяли. Потом здесь во втором они F1 score использовали, в третьем тоже, в четвертом и accuracy, и R2 score. Но в пятом, который ближе ко мне, именно problem solving, у них есть цель. Именно они, из-за того, что только статистику использовали, они не могли F1 score и accuracy, evaluation metrics использовать.
Хорошо, спасибо. У меня последний вопрос. Какую часть вашего исследования вы дали в ваших публикациях? Вы сказали, там первого квартиля есть в журнале, да, получается, вот какую часть вашего исследования там находится или вы дали?
Здесь я говорю, что у меня есть research consists of two components, да, то есть первый мы produced task-based categorization curriculum evaluation. Это вот первая статья, которая с перцентилем 80 по направлению. А второй recommended system for adapting single machine.
У вас фокус был именно что там в публикации, я имела в виду?
Там именно рассказываю, как я категоризирую задачи и то, как мы провели эксперимент со студентами и что он удался.
Хорошо, спасибо.
А второй...
Please, Bakhjan Srajdin, please, can we give the word to the translator and then you can continue, okay? Bakhjan Srajdin, извините, переводчик сначала.
Yeah.
Да, отвечу. Второй это на данный момент уже статья принялась в Q2, но еще просто не опубликована, поэтому я здесь ее не указываю.
So the first question was about the contribution as author, and briefly, it was like easier. It was easier to give the own task examination, which was solved, and to document and schedule. Once I was the author of this course myself, the course of the big data systematization. This was the course analysis, yes. And there were two groups of students. The first group was the standard method group, and the second was experimental group. All students agreed to participate in that group, and as a result of the quiz, that group showed higher results. The second question was what about the effective training? What is the result and indicators of this effective training? The quiz results are indicators of the effective training here. Yes, and the third question was about which part of your work is reflected in research articles. And Kamila says that the first article reflects her part of the work with focus on categorization of tasks. And the second article in Q2 is in the process of publishing. Thank you.
You can ask.
Сейчас. Мы собирали задачи, да, которые могут быть решены на MapReduce. По вот этим 5 категориям мы проставляли, по какой категории, то есть к какой категории задача относится. 1, 2, 3, 4 или 5. Одна задача может относиться к нескольким категориям, либо только к одной. Да.
How did you compile your data set? Did you have your own? Did you make your own rules there? Yeah, we categorized them according to the tasks. One task could be distributed to several categories, or it could lie in one category only.
Okay, dear online colleagues, if you have any questions, you can ask them now. When we go to the next stage, we cannot ask any questions. We just will discuss this work and give our suggestions. Okay, so now I am asking you, do you have any questions? У вас есть вопросы, уважаемые коллеги, онлайн? Если мы закроем эту сессию, то мы потом переходим к обсуждению, мы вопросы никакие уже аппликанту не задаем. Достаточно, да? Okay, so let's go to the next. Okay, so you have question.
So can you just like show us your result? How did you prove like the efficiency of your algorithm or your integration? Like the result, did you compare result with a benchmark with something like this? Like
No, as I said before, in field of problem solving, there is no applying machine learning, so we cannot compare like numbers. We just can say that in problem solving, recommender systems exist, but without machine learning. So we are applying machine learning for that.
So last question, like for integration, like the MapReduce and the machine learning, do you have any diagram or architecture system? Can we see where did you apply like how did you integrate both of them together in one architecture?
We didn't integrate the MapReduce and machine learning. We are applying machine learning for the data about MapReduce.
Yeah, did you have any architecture can show the phrases, which phrase you start recommender system and which phrase you have the MapReduce? So this model for training. So where we can see the MapReduce, if you can just zoom in.
No, here no MapReduce steps. Here only MapReduce problems with their labels by categories in the data collection. I mean, we collected the data about MapReduce. So we are not integrating MapReduce and machine learning. We applying for the recommender system about MapReduce.
Okay.
Like the data set in your case, MapReduce is kind of, yeah.
It's kind of instances, yeah. Tasks, problems on MapReduce, they are instances of the data set.
Like research subject.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you very much for colleagues for your questions. Okay, so let's go to the next stage, the stage of the. Now I give opportunity to the scientific consultant Andrei Vladimirovich Bogdanchikov to say the main review of the applicant's work, please.
Hello, everyone. I would like to make a short introduction into this work. First of all, my research area and the tasks that I try to give to my PhD students and master students is to promote the big data, solving the big data tasks, distributed systems, using the distributed systems. And that was the main focus in the work of our PhD student here also. So in terms of this process, while we're trying to explain people the big data problems and solutions during our classes and some other tasks with PhD students, master students, we have seen that it is very complex task. So the MapReduce, so the big data solutions is something that it's not easily understood. So because we also developed this kind of courses from the parallel computing, and in order to fully understand the big data problem, you need to understand the parallel computing. But nowadays we have a lot of platforms like Hadoop and Spark, which actually simplify this task for us. So we have the platforms ready for that. And during this process, so with our PhD students, so we have seen that there is a huge problem how to explain these complex concepts, the MapReduce itself, to the students. And I understand that this research direction is more in the education. Yeah. But in order to solve this task, it's simple educator cannot do that. So this only possible by the computer science specialist, even someone who is doing great research in this kind of area. So that's why, so we kind of tried to join two directions of the research, the education direction and plus the computer science direction in terms of understanding the distributed systems, understanding the big data development. So that's why I think that there are a lot of questions here, right? So because most of the work is done in the kind of improving the methods of teaching, right? But that's not only the task. The second part was in order to actually move this into the system, which a recommender system, which will help others to learn this MapReduce systems. And this way they will easily grasp it. So this recommender system will provide with some recommendation where to start, how to learn, which kind of task to solve first. And there are some categories which we provided. And this way, now we have like a computer science application and some comparison of research of these recommender systems, which is more on the computer science part and the usage of this kind of methodics on the education. So maybe here's this most of the confusion comes. But like I mentioned, this task is impossible to do by normal informatics educator. So this only possible to do by this high-level computer scientists, which are part of the research community. And our PhD student here, so Kamila Orynbekova, she have done wonderful work by analyzing all these problems. We have solved a lot of MapReduce big data problems together, and then we categorized these problems into the list of them. We tried to find some other MapReduce problems which could be solved, and then trying to understand how these tasks from different books could be combine it together, and then providing some solutions. And I have noticed that our students here have done all this great amount of work diligently and perform it with all the necessary care, try to find all the state-of-the-art papers which are actually in this narrow area where we're trying to teach something complex to the students. Plus, in the last part, we try to focus on this recommender system, which will provide all this knowledge in the computer system. And so we have solutions, we have results in our papers, which are recognized by the journals in Scopus with some necessary percentile. And I think that this could be just a one step for our PhD students to dive into the research in general. So now she understands what the research skills are necessary to actually do the, I don't know, future research. And she already part of our research grant, which we are just got from the Minister of Education, and we're going to work on various tasks in the research. So, so my opinion is, so my plea for you to support our students for this defense. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Andrei Vladimirovich. Okay, so now I give opportunity to the foreign scientific consultant, Abzidin Adamov, Associate Professor of the Faculty of IT and Engineering at the University Baku, Azerbaijan. Abzidin, are you here?
Yes,
Professor?
I'm hearing you.
Okay. Hello.
Good day to everyone. I'm sorry I joined a little bit late because again I confused the time. We have about two hours, but I was thinking that it's actually we are in forward 2 hours, but late I realized I'm actually wrong. I'm very much happy here to say a couple of words in support of work done by Kamila Orynbekova, exciting PhD student I actually enjoyed a lot to work with. I would say great embodiment of the passion towards the research on early stage. And I witnessed this through progress when she had started her PhD research and achievements she did. If I would say a couple words about the importance of the topic, as previous speakers said, it's very important. So we know the big data problem, how we overwhelmed with data, and actually that the size of data itself becomes a problem, and it's very important to have a right platforms, right architecture, and computational concepts in order to deal with this big data. But at the same time, we should also be, careful about not having silver bullets. It's clear that Hadoop and MapReduce is not silver bullet. It's not, equally sufficient and effective for any kind of the problem. In this term, the work done by Kamila is very important. She actually very well classified the tasks, works, type of works, computational intensive and data intensive, which are actually can benefit from the power of the MapReduce concept and the MapReduce which work actually on top of the Hadoop. We know that Hadoop is very, large system, very heavy system, and not every compute-intensive work can benefit and be much faster and more efficient on that platform, because platform it requires a lot of resources, and this is very important in terms of another very important topic. Kamila did research in terms of explaining to students, to common tech people, to engineers, how actually MapReduce works. And technically to understand why it is good for some kind of work or tasks, computational intensive tasks, why it is not beneficial for others. Business people can't understand this. So sometimes, they are overwhelmed with big data technology, big data platforms, etc. They think it can actually resolve by itself. So your brain platform, it actually solves the problem, but it is not the case. And Kamila actually spent a lot of time investigating and finding the right words, right concept in order to explain students what actually MapReduce is and what kind of tasks it can actually, intensify, increase performance, and to what kind of problem it's. And also, I mentioned earlier, in terms of benchmarking the platform and classifying the tasks which use actually MapReduce concept. And this is actually, I would say, one of state-of-art research on this area. And I think the future researchers, it's not just about MapReduce and on Hadoop, because technological landscape actually changed. New platforms come, new concepts come, but it's very important to technically understand how it works, what actually makes it efficient. And in this term, I think that Kamila's work is very important for future common engineers, common researchers, in order to continue from the point where actually Kamila left. But I believe Kamila not left, and Kamila will continue to contribute to this area and do appropriate research, advancing in this area. So again, I would like to notice that this is very good work, not just in terms of being, trending topic, but also in terms of volume of the work done and quality of work done. And I urge and ask the committee to consider that work done is fully sufficient in order to accept the results as a requirement for PhD defense. Thank you very much, and I wish all very good results, and especially to Kamila in her future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Avdedin. So let's go to the next stage. It's a word discussion. And firstly, we should listen to the reviews of our reviewers. And now I give opportunity to the first official reviewer, Professor Mamarbayev Ruken Jumajanovic. Please, you can say your review.
Добрый день, дорогие коллеги. Да, могу я зачитать свою рецензию на русском языке или казах тілінде? На английском языке я уже рецензию давал. Ну, давайте я зачитаю свою рецензию. Слышно, да, коллеги?
Слышно вас, да.
Ага. Давайте я зачитаю свою рецензию. Вот первое. Диссертация соответствует ли приоритетному направлению? Конечно, соответствует. Здесь рассматриваются большие данные и машинное обучение. Второе. Вносит ли вклад в науку? Конечно. Здесь вы уже познакомились, что есть научная новизна и поставленные задачи. Третье. Это уровень данной диссертации. Уровень очень хороший, значит высокий. Решается задачи и получает хорошие результаты, структурированные, нужные для практического применения. Четвертое – это принцип внутреннего единства. Да, единство есть, обоснованно, и каждая глава соответствует по своим требованиям. Содержит ли диссертация, отражает ли диссертация? Конечно, отражает диссертация всю тематику. Цели и задачи. Да, цель соответствует. По целям определены задачи. Задачи полностью решены. Следующее – это разделы. Разделы полностью взаимосвязаны. И есть к каждому разделу вывод. Критический анализ, да, и есть критический анализ. Это разработка методологии, такие основания, как классификация, дизайн, байесовские сеть, методы, модели есть. Ну, полученные результаты, конечно, полученные результаты новые. Здесь разработаны датасет, по этим были разработаны методы модели. И эти уже выводы опубликованы в высокорейтинговых журналах. Выводы диссертации являются новыми, да. Следующее. Это все основные выводы. Ну, основные выводы. Выводы основные обширные, доказательства научной точки зрения. Исследование использует строгие методологии, комплексный сбор данных, разработка мощности методами и прекрасных экспериментных мнений. Эти надежные методы гарантируют все полученные выводы, доказаны. Уровень хороший, статья есть, вывод методологии, да, результаты диссертационной работы полностью соответствуют, да. Ну, все эти выводы уже соответствуют. Самое важное, мы хорошо работали с нашим диссертантом. Здесь, когда первый раз ко мне пришел доклад делал, я сделал замечания, и вместе с вот эти замечания все мы исправляли вместе, и результат очень хорошим был. И поэтому то, что я считаю, вот эти замечания, они имеют просто простой характер, но қарап отырсақ жұмыстың бағасын түсірмейді деп ойлаймын. И поэтому в заключениях диссертация соответствует требованиям, представленным на исследовательской степени доктора философии. Работа отражает высокий уровень академической строгости, оригинальности и соответствует по специальности. На основании всестороннего анализа работа и ее результаты соответствуют рекомендую присудить Камиле Орынбековой степень доктора философии по специальности 6D07-0400 вычислительные системы и программное обеспечение. Тыңдағандарыңызға рахмет.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Mahmoud?
briefly translation. Written review of the taken on from written review of the official reviewer upon the dissertation work of Orynbekova Kamila Yermuhambetovna. The dissertation aligns with the priority direction of science development approved by the Higher Scientific and Technical Commission. The work significantly contributes to science. We see it apparently that the dissertation is well structured and thoroughly explores the developed advisory system. Is there the principle of internal unity followed? Yes, the research addresses the urgent need for scalable and efficient data processing systems in the era of big data. As for the scientific novelty, we can surely notice that the scientific results and principles presented in the dissertation are completely new for today, and the research introduces innovative methodologies for teaching MapReduce and Apache Spark and a novel recommendation system utilizing naive Bayes and logistic regression models. The conclusion might be made on validity of the main work that the dissertation is based on extensive evidence from a scientific point of view. As for the basic principles that are proposed for defense, all of them are met, like the principle presented in the dissertation has been proven, and the research validates the effectiveness. The principle presented in the dissertation on the trial is met too. Also, additional, I would say that we worked with Kamila throughout all this time, and earlier I recommended and remarked on some corrections, and all these remarks were considered, and all these points were corrected in the work. So as a result, I would say definitely that the dissertation meets the requirements for submissions for the PhD degree. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. So as I have understood, there is no any just serious remarks from this review. That's why we are going to the second reviewer. Second reviewer is Professor Madina Isimkhanovna Mansurova. Please, you can say your review.
Thank you very much. Let me read my review too. The dissertation is dedicated to the study of the possibilities for adapting computations performed in single machine systems to distributed systems through the categorization of problem-solving methods. The dissertation aligns with the priority area of scientific development approved by the High Scientific and Technical Commission under the government of the Republic of Kazakhstan. The research topic makes a significant contribution to studies and industry practices related to distributed systems and big data processing. The main scientific propositions, results, and conclusions of the dissertation were obtained independently by the author and are supported by publication in a first quartile journal in the relevant field. The relevance of the work is justified by the need for efficient processing of the ever-growing volumes of data generated in various fields. The uniqueness of the approach used in this work lies in the investigation of methods for transitioning from single machine to distributed computing based on the MapReduce model and Apache Spark. The content of the dissertation fully reflects its topic. The aim of the research is to develop a recommendation system that suggests methods for solving single machine system tasks adaptive to distributed systems based on the MapReduce paradigm. The dissertation logically justifies and structures the tasks, the resolution of which enables the achievement of the research aim. The innovative approach proposed by the author for teaching the fundamental concepts of MapReduce and Apache Spark have significantly improved users' understanding of these technologies. The researcher proposed a teaching methods for distributed systems based on the categorization of problem-solving approach. Additionally, a model for task recommendation system with similar solution categorized was developed. The conclusions of the dissertation are novel. The technological and technical solutions presented in the dissertations are novel. The work employs modern research methods such as machine learning and statistic analysis. Additionally, the dissertation conclusions are supported by the extensive review of scientific literature, both domestic and international. The level of application of the proposed model within the research can be extended to other areas of computer science and data analysis, provided that the fuzzy rules for selected input data are adjusted accordingly. The main propositions presented for defense are reflected in 6 of the researchers' publication. The choice of methodology in the dissertation is well justified and described. The author selected statistics analysis and machine learning based on the specifics of the developing a recommendation system for tasks with analogous solution in distributed systems. The experimental investigations provide a scientific degree of reliability to support the research hypothesis. The dissertation holds theoretical significance as it expands knowledge in the area of distributed systems, big data processing, educational methodologies, and the recommendation systems. It offers new ideas and contributes them to the academic field. One of the main practical advantages of the research is the recommendation system and the methodological developments. Their use enhances the effectiveness of teaching distributed systems in educational institutions. The practical proposals are innovative as the author of the research developed a method for categorizing tasks based on their solutions in distributed systems. The academic writing in the dissertation is clear and precise. I don't have any remarks for further research. It is recommended to increase the volume of experiments. And I want to add that I was a supervisor of grant project directly related to map reduced paradigms. And so I understand the importance of the this research work and the results of this work for teaching and using in higher education institutions. As a conclusion, the dissertation submitted by Orynbekova Kamila for the PhD degree titled Advisory System for Adaptive a Single Machine Problem to a Distributed Solution is a complete and independent research work that meets the requirements of the rules for awarding degrees. The author is deserving of recommendation to the committee for the award of the Doctor of Philosophy PhD degree in the specialty 6D 070400 Computing Systems and Software. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for the second review, And let's go to the next stage. Next stage, it's a stage of discussion, and maybe our commission members want to discuss and give the suggestions. Dear professors, if you have something to say, please, you can do it. Бахчан Сраждинович, у вас есть? Да.
Извиняюсь, я один вопрос задавал, меня смущал, что вы, когда свои результаты подтверждаете мне экспертным мнением и говорите, что одна эксперт это вы, другой ваш руководитель, третий тоже ваш знакомый, то это вызывает сомнение, что вы можете нарисовать всегда ваши оценки. Тут любой проверяющий завтра, если все нормально, может задать вопрос. Лучше было, конечно, увеличить выборку, да, экспертную, это понятно. И насчет, в общем целом работу я вот слушал Мансуру, да, Мамарбаева. В принципе, все нормально. Вот Андрей говорил хороший про вас тоже, действительно, что вы такая, видно, что через себя все пропустили, все сами делали. Но меня вот такой вопрос технического характера интересует. У вас в публикациях 6 публикаций, 3 конференции, да, международные. Вот по положению надо, чтобы одна была Scopus и 3 ваковские, да? Конференции уже сняли, по-моему, да?
Да.
А у вас не набирается, по-моему, или как? Или одна Скопская засчитывается за 2 сейчас, да? Вот я вижу конференции, просто я так, что завтра... так пойдет, да? То есть по формальным признакам нормально, да? Все, в целом я поддерживаю работу, чтобы вы скорее получили подтверждение. Спасибо.
Спасибо большое.
Please, can you translate?
Well, actually, what I can say is that I like the work. To my extent, it's a very solid work, very serious basis, one of the, if not the only unique work in Kazakhstan. My only concern was about the number of experts. If you remember, I asked this question about the experts. So in future, I think you should enlarge the number of experts because right now that number is not sufficient. And next question was about the articles. How many publications have you published? And if everything formally fits the requirements, then everything is okay. Then I would wish you good luck in your defense, and hopefully we'll have another PhD holder.
Okay, thank you. Maybe Other professors would like to say something. Professor Mohammed, maybe you want to say something.
Just highlight like the writing of introduction section. Highlight where is your contribution, where is the problem, where is yeah, just highlight it to anyone can find it like easily. Just way of writing.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Dana.
Иә, мен де пікір білдіргім келеді. Сіздің диссертациялық жұмыстың қосымшасында акт внедрения, яғни оқу орнына енгізген туралы құжатты көрдім. Ол жұмысты растайтын бір құжаттың бірі деп санаймын. Және ұсынысым бар сізге басқа алгоритмдерді болашақ жұмыстарыңыз ретінде жалғастырсаңыз, және басқа алгоритмдерді тоже қолданып көрсеңіз, және басқа оқу орындарына ұсынсаңыз, ол құнды жұмыс болады деп ойлаймын. Басқа бұл жерде бір академиялық семестрге бір оқу орнына бар екен сізде акт внедрения. Егер жақсы болатын еді, сіз басқа оқу орындарына да ұсынып, оның нәтижесін қалай жұмыс жасайтынын, басқа директормен қалай жұмыс жасайтынын көргеніңіз дұрыс деп ойлаймын.
Yeah, I would like also to recommend something. So I saw that you have only one entity in the chapter of employers. So I saw your certificate, and you are employed only in one institution where you offered your experiment and you offered the algorithm of the works. My recommendation is to use some other algorithm so that you invite other universities also to collaborate on this basis in this work too.
Okay, thank you. So maybe our online members, do you want to say something? Maybe do you have? Do you think so? Okay, so if the stage of according to the regulations, we are moving on the secret voting procedure. And to conduct the secret voting procedure, we need to elect the counting commission. Do you have any proposals? If you don't have any proposals, I can propose. I propose to elect the counting commissions with the following members. The chairman of counting committee, Bakhjan Srajadinovich, okay? Akhmetov Bakhjan Srajadinovich. The committee members, Urmashov Baydaulet Amantayevich and Al-Haditi Mohammed. Do you have any objections? Okay. Baydaulet Amantayevich, is it okay for you?
Нет, вопросов нет, спасибо.
No, I mean that вы в комиссии не возражаете в счет? Мы вас добавили как члена комиссии, просто когда будем совещаться, чтобы свою подпись тоже могли поставить.
Нет, чтобы офлайн возьмите лучше.
Офлайн? Ну, у нас офлайн просто
Хорошо.
мы не можем. Одного мы можем взять только онлайн. Хорошо? Не возражаете, да? Окей. Просто когда мы будем подписываться, мы как бы мы скажем, что вы онлайн, и в принципе ничего страшного. Okay, so let's go to the voting. Who is for this commission members? Please hand up. This is just for open voting. And what about the online? Please, online, can you also show your video, cameras, and vote? Please, are you for this? Do you agree with this commission? Please hand up. Baydaulet Amantayevich and and Rustam Bakhtiyarovich. Are you here? Rustam Bakhtiyarovich. Okay, so are you agree? Okay. Thank you. So let's go to the online via Google Forms. Yeah, are you prepared? Okay. So how you send your Google Forms? Via WhatsApp you will be sent the link. Через WhatsApp вам пошлют линк на
Google, yeah, Google for the Google
Yeah.
voting system, yeah.
через WhatsApp. Да. В WhatsApp послали уже, да?
Пожалуйста, через
via
email
WhatsApp.
тоже отправьте, пожалуйста.
Через email тоже.
Да.
Как будто. Professor Mohammed, это via WhatsApp. You will have a link. Ага, okay. Как будто на английском же есть, да? Ага. Там просто на 3 языках, да? Мгм. Dear colleagues, in the voting, only reviewers and commission members may have participation, and the supervisors don't have opportunity to vote.
Dear colleagues, I have not received the reference for Google Form. So if I should fill out, can you share it here through chat or through email? Thank you.
интернет? Есть интернет какой-то проблема сейчас? А, вот use вот. А, в личку? Да, сейчас посмотрим, но мне кажется, не пришло.
Так, нам тоже отправить?
А, вот пришло. А вы себе там где-то сделали, что это повторное, да? А то потом.
Maybe the internet is like
По email. Может? Да, Рустам. Я еще раз проголосовала. Только надо там пометить, что это второй. Вы потом не перепутаете. Сделали. А, все хорошо. Да, да. Уважаемые коллеги, кто-то не проголосовал. А, это вы были? А, все хорошо. Уважаемые коллеги, кто у нас тут остался из комиссии? Никого не вижу что-то. Байдавлет Амантаевич, вы проголосовали? Рустам Бахтиярович, вы
Проголосовал.
проголосовали второй
проголосовал.
раз?
Да,
Второй
да.
раз надо.
Да, второй раз проголосовал.
Ага. Рустам Бахтиярович, а вы
Да, второй раз проголосовал.
тоже проголосовали? Кто-то один не проголосовал. Может быть, Уркен Джумажанович или Мадина Исимхановна тогда? Проголосовал. А тогда Уркен Джумажанович, давайте спросим. Да, ему звоните.
Уркен,
Присутствует, нет? А на будущее, чтобы ошибок не было, сразу сделайте как-то так. А как он за двоих мог? А, когда они вдвоем присутствовали, да? А они не могли, что ли, с разных почт заходить? А, понятно. Нет, лучше сделать так, чтобы не было, и пусть каждый со своей почты. Because he is a special case. Dear colleagues, dear guests, please sit down, and now we are going to the stage of the discussion results and voting results. And now I give opportunity to our chairman of commission to give you the results of voting.
Thank you. Так, протокол номер 1 заседания счетной комиссии, избранный диссертационным советом 8D06102 компьютерной науки. Так, в составе избранной счетной комиссии Ахметов Бахаджан, председатель, члены комиссии Урмаша Байдавлет, Аль-Хади Мухаммед. Счетная комиссия избрана для выдачи результата тайного голосования по защите докторской диссертации Орynбековой Камилы Ермухамедовны на тему Advisory System for Adapting a Single Matching Machine Probably Distributed Solution на соискание ученой степени доктора философии PhD по специальности 6D070400 вычислительная техника и программное обеспечение. Состав диссовета утвержден приказом ректора СДУ от 17 июля, приказ номер в составе 4 человек, временный состав в количестве 3 человек. В заседании приняли участие 6 членов диссовета, в том числе 6 докторов наук и кандидатов по специальности рассматривания диссертации. В тайном голосовании приняли участие 2 официальных рецензента, голоса которых равны голосам членов диссовета. Тайное голосование проводилось в электронном формате, количество заполненных электронных бюллетеней 8, недействительных бюллетеней 0. Итоги голосования. Присудить ученую степень доктора философии PhD или доктора по профилю 8, то есть остальные все 0. Все? Прошу утвердить, да?
Okay, thank you for the results. So now I'm proposing to make some voting, open voting about the results. If you have any suggestions, please, you can say. But now I propose to vote to these results. Who is for the approving these results? Please open your hands. Hand up. Sorry. Okay. Who is against? Any objections? No. Okay. So by anonymously, we can approve the results, and according to the results, Okay, so according to the results, we have the results that it was improvement. Yes, improvement. Yes. Okay. So please.
So according to the hidden voting session, it was decided that the led by the chairman of the Ahmetov Bakhjan and the members of Urmasha Baydavlet and Al-Hadid Muhammad. So the commission voted for the approval of the defense of the PhD dissertation and PhD degree of Orynbekova Kamila.
Okay, so thus, the Dissertation Council for the Educational Program 6D070400 Computer Science and Software at SDU University, based on the public defense of the dissertation of Kamila Yermukhambetova Orynbekova on the topic Advisory System for Adapting a Single Machine Problem to a Distributed Solution in the Educational Program Computer Science and Software, decided to make petition to the committee to award the doctoral student the academic degree of Doctor of Philosophy PhD. My congratulations. So now I give the word to the applicant. Applicant, please, you can say your acknowledgement.
Thank you very much. So I want to thank firstly my supervisors for their for sharing experience with me, for leading me, for giving me the direction on my PhD journey. Also, I want to thank Dissertation Council for taking me for the defense, for also leading me with that process. It was very useful for me. It was I'm very grateful for that, for your work. Thank you very much. Also, thank you for all guests that came together to support me. I really appreciate it. And for now, we can go to the coffee break. No?
Thank
Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, my congratulations. Thank you for your presentations and everything. Okay, so this is the finish of our session. Thank you so much.